All right, now we're gonna do Billie's bounce up an octave. And by up an octave, I mean literally all the way up to 13, right? So I've got F6 up here. So the first thing you'd be asking yourself, well, why am I doing it up here if I do the licks up here? Sounds more like a ukulele, because this is based off of the F shape, right? And this is how we normally, at least as me as a guitar player, we learn the blues out of this, this 1-4-5 thing, right? Usually off the 6th string. And the whole point of this is just to learn a couple licks to pepper your blues, a little bit of jazzy influence lines, right? So this is going to be a really useful thing. Now, it's not going to be so useful up here, but we're going to learn it because it'll be the same notes. And so it's still in our ear from learning it down the octave. And then we'll transpose it maybe to the key of B flat down here in 6th position. Here is my F major snippet. Starting from my pinky. Now remember how our F major snippet down here, you use the first finger at the top, right? But here, because of tuning discrepancy, that note would be wrong. We'd be using this note here, right? And so here's the snippet, and here's the triad, F, A, C. So 15, 14, 13. I'd probably do it if I was just doing the triad with stronger fingers, 3, 2, 1. If I'm in position, 4, 3, 2, but that feels a little funny. Once again, we start on the 5th below the root, 3, 4, and F, and I'm gonna put a chromatic note in there, but I'm gonna slide that note, just because in 1, 2, and 3, I'm sliding into the downbeat. Remember we talked about how you always wanna slide into the downbeat to take emphasis off the strongness of the downbeat. Helps it swing. Now I'm gonna use my 3rd finger on B flat. I'm gonna stretch my first, not really, well it is a stretch, my 1st finger down to 12 and slide up into the perfect 5th, the C note here. Once again, it's just jazzier. Now I could have fingered this without these slides, but that's not as jazzy. When I say every note. So if I say fish-een versus fishin', it's just a more conversational. It's a little jazzier. But it does mean I have to sort of stretch down here from this 3rd finger. There's that chromaticism, tuning discrepancy. And that's why I'm doing it, because the tuning discrepancy actually is sort of helping me here. Now I jump back down to the major 3rd, which would be fret 14 on your 3rd string. And here's that bucket of fish. Down, up, up, down. Starting on the B flat, 3rd string, 15th fret, and I'm gonna go up, up, and then down. Remember, get the first note and the last note, and just sort of think down, down. Down, up, down, down, up, down. So I don't really think down, up, down. I just think down, up, down. And that up is just a real draggy. Get my knee out of the way. Down, up, and remember it's sweet. It's not pick, because that's not gonna solve the issue. And if it's a little, as long as you hear the first note and the last note, you're good. Now here's my 3rd finger on F. I kind of stretch down to 12, and you come back, I'm gonna come back with pinky. A lot of times you sort of leave the pinky out of the equation as much as possible. So from the A, F, D, C, 3rd string, 14th fret, next string, 15th fret, 12th fret, 15th fret, and I'm going to jump up to the 9, or the 12th fret, but the 9th degree, the G note, which is the snow, making it pretty, and do a doyat here between the 3 and the 2. Finger-wise, it's 1 and 3, but once again, don't go triplet 2. That's a little trickier there. 2, 3. So slide, slide. Cool. Now the next lick is going to be more of a minor lick, right? And here is going to be F, C, and I'm going to get a quick B flat in here, and then A flat. Down, up, down. It's almost like a Stevie Ray Vaughan lick, like a... So, 3, 4. And once again, just real heavy on that drag. 4, and I slip down to that G note. So 1 and 2, F, which is the root, 15. Third finger, now shift to 12th position, first finger. I'm gonna come down a little B flat major scale. Now technically this could also, well, still like an F7 scale too. Stretching down to A flat because B flat has an A flat in it, into A natural, working our way back up to the C chord, chromatic. So there's my, sorry, from the F chord. The F strong notes are F, A, and C. And then here I'm going to do that down, up, down, bucket of fish I'm seeing. It's basically, it's just a sort of the same movement up a string, right? Down, down, dip. So all together, 2, 3, 4. Now I need to go to the G minor lick, G minor / C7 lick. Now one thing is we could do it the exact same we did it here, and just literally up the octave, right? But you already know how to finger that. And that's a great way to play it, right? But not up here, because this is, once again, the frets are so small, and it's just getting ukulele land. But if we were down here, that would make a lot of sense. So I'd probably recommend, that's how I'd do it probably. But just because I want to show you some new information, we could also do it in 10th position and make like a little baby G minor here. It's coming out of like an A minor shape from your caged. And just roll 3, 2, 1. So once again, I'm gonna have to do a 16-note triplet. So I'm gonna need to do something. So I can't do it like on the same string. Well, actually, there's other ways you could do that, but this is the best way, the easiest way to understand to get going. Is go 3, 2, 1, and then up stroke on the F. Now that's a downbeat. So it's like 1, 2, and a 3. And I'm gonna come down an F major scale, but I'm gonna add in that chromatic note and I'm gonna stretch. So top string, 13, 12, 10, stretch to 14, slide. Now here I'm gonna jump to the 10th fret and I'm gonna do a little doyat, 1 and a 2. But now if you notice where my first finger is, it's on the 3rd string because I'm gonna have to, here the tuning discrepancy is not helping us because we used to go and be on a different finger, right? But here, different fret and different finger. But here, because the major 3rd now is right below us. By major 3rd, I mean this is a major 3rd interval. That's really the root right below us. And then there's a D, C, and then I can go jump to G. Now I can stay in position and sort of scoop into this note. Or I can stay on the same string. So remember, it starts on the and of 2, 1, 2. So now the whole thing at a very slow tempo, 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't slide, sorry, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Or same string. Or we could have done, which I think is an easier fingering, a better fingering, because I don't have to worry about that tuning discrepancy jumping around with the first finger. But in the key of F, that would be too high. Now let's take this down to B flat, because most blues, when you get into jazz, the key of F and the key of B flat. Now, there's the blues are in the key of all 12 keys, but those are probably 80% of blueses are in F or B flat. So here, I'm gonna be in 6/5 position. One, 2, 3, 4. A 1, 2, 2. Now we'll go up 3, 4, 1, 2. So I'm starting in the 8th position here for that C minor. That makes a lot of sense to do it up here, I think, in this position. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do it up here in this position. But if you did it the other way, you would go C minor this way in the 3rd position. 3, 2, 1, pinky. Same string or same position, either way. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You see, I almost hesitated there and went down to there, but then I said, oh yeah, this is a better position for that. So that's how to play Billie's Blues up an octave.